Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to part 23 of the Final Fantasy IV Let's Play. We're back. Matt, did you enjoy the 2-week break?
Sure I did, and meanwhile we managed to fish up the lunar whale from the depths of the sea.
Yeah, it took a lot of fishing rods, but we finally got the son of a bitch back out of water. Ladies and gentlemen,
After 3 Gyarados.
we're not done just yet with Final Fantasy IV. We have a whole optional dungeon to complete that only opens after you beat Zaramis.
On the moon?
On the moon.
Let me guess, we're fighting the long-lost super boss, Alice Cramden?
What?
Alice Cramden.
Alice Cramden?
One day Ralph had enough of it, and then boom, right to the moon.
Throughout the years, she mutated.
Exactly. Space radiation.
Lunar poisoning. So,
They have sirens?
we have... You're the 1 millionth customer to enter the Lunar Ruins. What did I win?
You win
You
randomly
won
generated
incredibly-
dungeons, ultimate weaponry, and overall a colossal pain in the ass.
Indeed. Took the words right out of my mouth, Matt. Anyway,
Now I
ladies
need to
and
ask
gentlemen,
you something real quick.
what's going on?
Before we even go into this, are the ultimate weapon gains fantastic?
Depends on the character.
See, because here's the thing, it's sort of like, I have a bit of mentality ever since I played Final Fantasy XII, in which case, yeah, the ultimate weapons of each category are good, but barring the Yagyu Darkblade needed to beat Yasma, they weren't really fantastic, so I kind of got through the rest of the game with just store-bought weaponry and did just fine.
Well, see, the thing here with the Lunar Ruins is that the weapons here, some of them are really fantastic, but you're already at this point of the game. It really means nothing. You know, like just to jump the gun a bit here, is like one of the Cecil's ultimate weapon in this version of the game is called the Lightbringer. We're all familiar with that kind of sword. Besides having an awesome physical attack, it also has a chance of casting Holy every time you hit an enemy with it.
Nice.
So, you could be doing, like, instead of like 4,000 damage, you can be doing well over 12,000. It's pretty much this game's way of breaking the damage cap.
And long after you've needed it for anything anything worthwhile.
Now, that's not to say the Lunar Ruins don't have bosses that'll pull your hair out, because there are 2 super bosses in this dungeon.
So basically, you're getting the weapons to beat the super bosses of the dungeon. That's after the game's beaten, said, and done with.
Yes.
Why not? I did that with Ruby and Emerald weapon with no problem, so why not here?
So the thing with the Lunar Ruins is that there are trials for each character in your party. In between each trial are randomly generated floors. So your adventure should never be the same, and this is one of the reasons why I needed 2 weeks in particular to record this dungeon, because what you're not seeing here is that it's like the 4th time I've restarted this file so I can get a floor that I was familiar with.
Wow.
Because even then, you see me, look, I'm wandering around like a dumbass because I don't know where exactly I'm going. You know, you have to look for those hidden tunnels so you can get to the exit. And I'm going to say it right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be ignoring a lot of treasure chests here. You know, because
As long as you don't miss any ultimate weapons, otherwise what the hell was the point of coming here?
I don't know if I'm missing anything. Like, I know there are some weapons you can only get in some randomly generated floors. Like, one of Edge's best swords, Sasuke's katana, is on a randomly generated floor. Which I can't help but miss at times, you know? You know, I think the same applies for, like, Edward's, like, Loki's loot. You know, that's on, I think that's on a randomly generated floor. The same
Loki's loot.
Loki's loot.
I'm imagining now at the Valhalla, Loki's just playing with the loot right there, just before he clocks Odin in the head with it. And Odin just looks at him and goes, "Son ho you."
You see, you say Valhalla, I suddenly think of the Justice Palace from Dexter's Laboratory.
Why not?
So anyway, the first 5 trials that we're going to encounter are Yang's,
After a good night's sleep.
Yang's, Edward's, Rydia's, Rosa's, Cecil's.
I take it Edward's just to get him out the damn way.
Yeah, we're with the 5 characters. I brought these 5 characters with me because we're going to do these trials first. So first up to bat, as you can tell by the music, is Yang's.
Yang dang doodle all the way.
So the first trial of the Lunar Ruins, ladies and gentlemen, is Yang's. Yang's is pretty much a gauntlet.
Fitting for a man of such manly stature.
Yeah. But to be honest,
Why float?
it's might need to later call it
Lunar Titan. Never mind, there you go. Did you happen to see Titan in Final Fantasy 13?
No, I haven't.
Fucking colossal.
Well, he's Titan. He should be.
Really fucking colossal, even by Titan standards. What the shit? Is this just it? We're now playing against the characters from Final Fantasy, all the bravest.
Fuck you and your DLC.
The game is DLC.
All right, so Yang's just to let you guys.
So which one of these little online kitties are going to shout the random negative spurs at you?
Oh, here comes $15 down the drain.
Ah, rage quitters.
Oh fuck. Yeah, just a heads up, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we're going to be fighting for a majority of this trial. Monks. Monks, monks, monks.
On the moon.
You got the monk warriors. You got
Moon monks.
You got your moon.
Which is really close to getting a tongue twister for cow monks. Moo monks.
Monk warriors. Just attack. That's all I can say. I begin every battle by casting Bahamut because it does the most damage.
And it knocks out a lot of the fucking group.
Yeah. Like, I even have auto.
Let's face it, monks are awesome, but then again, fucking dragon.
They're not Yang.
No, they're fucking dragon. If they were, these pussies don't have don't have any of the hair Yang does.
No, that's why they fail.
Exactly.
And disintegrate. Yeah, there's a lot of this, ladies and gentlemen. We're not even halfway done yet. Ooh, now we got super monks, which are slightly stronger, but
and
go
red.
down just as easily.
And red.
Yeah. Look at all the power poles.
Look at all those pallets. You got claws, you got nunchucks, you got poles, and that's it. Okay, 3, never mind.
Yeah, none of these guys are going barefisted.
And that's where they fail.
Yeah, pussies.
Then again, speaking of us with a god hand and a regular
Only a
demon's
fool
claw.
would trust his life to a weapon.
It's foreshadowing.
Oh, man.
Of course, no matter how strong monks may be, they're monks.
Yeah.
Boom.
Monk.
I kind of don't like Bahamut's attack animation there. Looks like just plain red bubble spit. Like Bahamut used red bubble beam.
I'm not sure if it's just nostalgia talking for this one, but I actually prefer the old-fashioned SNES animation.
Same there.
Sometimes
it just works.
It's almost animation for animation, the exact same thing. But I like the way it sounds in the SNES version.
Right.
You know, it sounds like it packs a punch. Anyway, now we got... Oh, it's still Super Monks. Okay, I'm sorry. They're wearing green clothes in the overworld, and suddenly they're wearing red in the battle sprites.
They got angry.
Oh. No, wait a minute. That's supposed to be the opposite. You're supposed to turn green when you're angry.
No, you turn green when you're envious. You're red when you're angry.
Not to the Hulk. I thought the Hulk runs off anger. They just tell me he's envious?
That's a mutation. That's a genetic mutation problem.
Hey, fuck. God forbid Bruce Banner has a 68-inch TV, and then you show off your 70-inch. Suddenly you have no TV.
Neither of you have a TV.
Oh. This is not going to be the first trial, ladies and gentlemen, that has really mundane strategies.
What strategy is there? Summon dragon, blow the shit out of Baldies. These things have a shorter life expectancy than Krillin. Come to think of it, that's what we're doing. We're beating the shit out of Krillin.
And all the many lives.
That is one lenient dragon.
Yeah.
Not yours.
I will say the Lunar Ruins, while I appreciate adding something extra, give you something to do after you beat the game, I don't think this entire dungeon was handled well. I'm just gonna, jump the gun a bit here, ladies and gentlemen.
I fail to call these really ultimate challenges in any sense of the word.
Can you recall any post-game quest that was really fulfilling and rewarding if you went out of your
Final
way
Fantasy
for it?
12.
You're talking about like
Hellworm, Omega Mark 12, Yasmat. Hell, even just going on a hunt looking for a rare game or fighting
marks in general.
Yeah, those are really fun for me. Plus, a lot of shoutouts were masterfully done in that game. Like, Orthros would only come out if you had an all-female team. Gilgamesh just being Gilgamesh. One of my personal favorite early marks was the Cluckatrice, which was basically a cockatrice made to look like a giant chicken.
You said Cluckatrice?
Yeah.
That sounds like one of those enemies in Final Fantasy VI that had the body of a lizard, but the head is a rooster.
You fight. They have a different variation of those in the Final Fantasy 12 as well. They're like the Chimera head subject of enemies.
Yeah.
They're cockatrices, but they have head of demons and stuff like that. It's kind of weird looking.
So, you might have noticed via my stats that when we last left our heroes in Part 22, my levels were in the mid-60s to 70s. I am now in the mid-80s. So you're probably wondering, well, what the hell did I do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, off-screen I grinded pig puffs, or flame princesses. And I actually managed to get the pigtail.
How many did it cost you to get the pigtail?
Sirens? Let me see. I was grinding for about another additional 2 hours.
Still not as bad as half the Final Fantasy 12 shit you gotta go after. But again, thank God, unlike Final Fantasy 12, 12, the boosts you gain here are superior and significant.
So my guild's maxed out. Everyone's at pretty high levels. Well, high enough anyway.
And now we can afford to send Theodore off to college.
Yeah. And now, because we had the pink tail, I was able to go back to the adamant grotto, where we gave the guy to the rat tail to in the first place, and I got the adamant armor equipped to Cecil. So Cecil's pretty much invincible, for the most part. He's still susceptible to a few things.
Like the high five?
The high five, yes.
Throw choosing off.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so another reoccurring bosses in this dungeon are lunar summons. First up is Lunar Titan, who's what's blue represent?
Sadness, tranquility, calm.
He looks angry.
That don't look no angry to me.
Oh, he wants to challenge us to an arm wrestle competition. Okay, I get it.
Son of a bitch, we need Yang for this one.
Lunar Titan is the reason why I cast a float on all of my party members to begin with. If you have that on, you can't lose. I mean, Lunar Titan does physically attack, but...
It looks like he's got to take a shit.
Yeah, poor thing. Oh, he's constipated. That's what blue means. Lunar Titan must take lunar shit. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, but Lunar Titan, besides the earthquake attack, which we can easily avoid with float, he only really has physical attacks on his side. And he does have the move Crush, which the Demon Wall had, but it has a very low accuracy.
Lovely. You can also apparently try to petrify, but Cecil goes, ha ha, bitch.
Adamant armor.
So the adamant armor is only something you need one copy of?
Yeah, you can. Adamant armor can be equipped to anybody. Anybody can equip the damn thing.
But Cecil's really the optimal guy for it.
Yeah. But actually, I don't think it's the adamant armor that makes me immune to stone. I think it's one of the crystal items.
Oh, yeah. You would say crystal would just make that reflect or something.
I would notice that, I would like to bring up though, like in the DS version of the game, they also brought in onion equipment that had
I heard about that.
The same drop rates as Pink Tails.
Yeah.
To this day, I've still not gotten a single goddamn piece of onion equipment.
I imagine that putting you under the status of auto cry.
I can imagine it's pretty kick-ass shit, but I've only actually got the Pink Tail in the DS version. I never bothered going after the onion equipment, and I never got the rainbow pudding, now that I think about it.
Rainbow pudding.
Yeah, it's needed for one of the naming way quests.
Meanwhile, you bid farewell to the Blue Titan, which we've barely shown any interest in.
Yeah.
Summon book LT.
Every time you beat a lunar summon, you get a summon book in their initials. Pretty much, it's a one-use item that does a guaranteed 999 damage. And if you use the tablet, it breaks, which opens up this trial again.
Oh.
In case you want to redo it for some weird reason.
I guess after a while, this is all you really want to be doing after a while, I guess.
I guess.
So what do we get for him? The martial
We got
armlet?
the martial armlet, which changes Yang's focus technique into deadly, which pretty much triples his attack power.
Wow.
So Yang will pretty much be doing guaranteed 999 for the rest of the game.
Thing is, though, isn't that generally a given anyway? I mean, like, at this point, you're really hitting for that damage anyway, right?
Yeah, very true, but it also depends on what kind of enemy you're facing with here. Some of these lunar summons have a lot of physical defense.
Oh, okay, so that does make him useful.
Yes.
That and that 9700 HP.
Yes. Yang definitely is a tank when it comes to HP. So
it's his chest.
Took a little save break. Now we're off to the second trial, which I believe is either Edward's or Rydia's, I don't remember. But first, randomly generated floors. Well, okay, actually, sometimes they're not all randomly generated. If you get something called the Floor of Remembrance, it's actually a previous floor from a dungeon you already explored. In this case, it's the Lunar Cave, the first one we traveled in when we first entered the moon. And you also fight the same encounters you do in the cave.
Echidna?
With the exception of a few. Obviously, the Echidna here is new.
Echidna?
It looks nothing like an Echidna. Actually,
that's a really freaky looking anteater.
Actually, I think it's supposed to be an homage to the Echidna enemy in Final Fantasy III.
Oh.
Which hung upside down.
Which none of us really got a chance to play until the DS version came out, so as far as we knew looking at this, hey, Knuckles looks weird. Or that's a goofy looking anteater in general. Hi, I'm Knuckles the Enchilada.
I'm Nipples the Enchilada. I break rocks with my rock-hard fist nipples. It's awfully cold today, wouldn't you say?
Indeed.
Anyway, so...
The Mia Queen showing us full Monty ass.
I like that movie.
Full Monty ass?
No, Full Monty.
Oh.
It's humorous. I want
Rudy is
more.
like, I helped.
So, Matt, as you brought up earlier, and I think we mentioned it earlier in the Let's Play, and a lot of you guys brought it up, Edward, after level 70, his stats start skyrocketing.
Yeah, he's Onion Knight.
Yeah.
Or Onion Prince.
So,
Which explains his crying all the time.
very good. So, Edward is actually a bit of a powerhouse. HP is still pathetically shit.
Well, that's sort of what I expect from that thing. It's kind of like Osh from 12. Although, then again, that's pretty much the equipment I give her of heavy armor and magic hat, so... Oops.
Really, the Lunar Ruins can throw all kinds of shit at you, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it can give you a chocobo force, which you can restore.
And sometimes you're ejected back to the start?
No, we're at a new trial now.
Oh.
Listen to the music. It's Edward's trial.
Yeah. Was that edited in, or is this the game? Was that edited in, or is that the game?
No, this is the game editing in.
I thought that was a nice touch, though, for a second. Sorry.
No.
Oh, shit. Final boss is Anna.
Son of a bitch.
It's Tella. Spoonie Bond!
Anna's Revenge. The fanfic inspired by millions.
Oh, boy. A fanfiction nobody asked for. And that's it?
We got the Requiem heart. Yeah, that's it. Just go back now.
Cool.
Edward's so pathetic, he doesn't even get a proper trial. My heart.
What is that Xana's spirit?
Try it again, Cecil. One more time. There you go. Okay.
Is this one of those asshole bosses like they did in the 6 remake?
No,
Or-
it's Cecil not taking the fucking hint. This is endless. Let me try it again. That's what he's doing. He's like, I'm not controlling this, by the way. This is all automatic.
I thought you were just doing that to prove a point.
No. It takes Cecil like 9 to 12 fucking hits to get the idea that maybe you should try something else.
Well, Music Soul... leave it to Cecil. He's at least determined.
I understand that. Anyway, so this is pretty much showing you the gimmick of Edward's trial. The only enemies you encounter in this trial are apparitions. What you need to do in order to kill these off, because I'm only going to be showing the battle off once, that one doesn't technically count.
Edward has to play music.
Yeah. Well, no, first what you need to do is you have to technically kill the apparition first. So that when it respawns, that's when you use a bard song with Edward.
Okay, so first it's an angry spirit, and then it's a purified spirit.
Yeah, you could say that. Well, they're asking for help.
Well, yeah, but these, unlike the fallacy in Final Fantasy 13, which had no excuse, these ones have a more legitimate reason. First, their anger clouds them like poltergeists or wraith, and then they can be set properly by Edward.
Yeah. So as you've seen, Yang killed it, and then Edward does the bard song. He will
Motherfucker punched out a ghost.
He will do whatever bard song that comes with his harp, which is lullaby, but then it'll follow up with requiem, which puts the spirit at ease.
Johnny, Yang punched a ghost.
Fuck yeah. Ghosts don't die. Not if Yang has anything to say about it.
Ghosts don't die, you say? Crack. Hey, Johnny.
What's up?
Yang is a monk. I can see Yang is teaching as a monk, and then Yang goes, and then when some student fails enlightenment, he gives them the alternate answer to what's the sound of a one-hand clapping. And slaps him upside the head.
With the student's own hand.
Yeah, no, with his hand. Young man, Edward, what is the sound of one-hand clapping? What is it?
Face! See, yeah, the castle is chock full of these. Once you kill all the
and blue
all
lighting
the apparitions, then you can enter the second area of the trial. There are no random encounters in here either. All the apparitions are clearly marked with the blue flame that you can encounter. I don't think you get anything for encountering all of them, but I'm doing it anyway just to show you where they're all at.
That or you want to recreate Ghostbusters?
Yeah. Fuck, they just needed a monk the entire time.
They needed a monk and they needed a bard.
Marshmallow man. You mean dessert?
Help me!
I don't think... I'm trying to remember because... No, because I stated earlier that Edward gets Loki's loot in a randomly generated room. Because I thought at first... Because what my mindset here I'm thinking is that I have to kill all the apparitions to get Edward's ultimate weapon. What?
Loki's loot. I just thought of something else again.
What?
Imagine that instrument bastardizing everything you thought you knew about music. The A note is played with the A note makes a D minor sound. The C note hits a chorus sound. Then you're pretty much twisting your fingers all over the place trying to play the fucking thing
And you find out
correctly.
you're playing a Casio. I was like, oh, what?
And then you hit the fourth. And then you hit the fourth chord, and it's a percussion solo. I'm like, what the fuck is this, Bishop Price?
It's such a mischievous lute.
Wasn't that Kefka? No, Kefka's ultimate weapon was Dancing Mad, but I think Loki's loot was one of the alternate powerful weapons you can get. Like, you know how they got like 30 and 90 and Destiny and
Kefka's
stuff?
ultimate attack was called Goner. Which, despite its name...
Forsaken Null.
Well, it's called Forsaken in the Grand...
I called it in Dissidia. I was talking about
Is
Dissidia.
it called Forsaken?
Yeah.
Okay, then it might have been retranslated into Forsaken. It was called Goner in the original SNES translation. Which, actually, Forsaken does sound a little cooler, so...
Forsaken does sound a lot more nastier. Garner, but I will admit, Forsaken sounds nastier, but Garner sounds like something Kefka would say, like, "Hey, Derek, looks like you're a Garner." I still can't see Kefka in Kingdom Hearts. They'll have to water him down, and we're like, no.
I rather don't even bother then.
But I could honestly see Sabin and Shadow working in it. They'll be confined to Olympus Coliseum, but I see them working.
What would Shadow do?
Shadow would be called out of hell by Hades to serve him, and Shadow goes against it because he wants to repent for the bad deeds he did in his past life.
Oh, you mean Ornn?
Kind of like Warren, yeah, except, better relevance. Much better relevance and actual characterization. Sam would just be a boss at the Coliseum with Jacked.
Okay, so we calmed all the spirits, and our lunar fight for this trial is Lunar Shiva.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, she does look like one of the YRP.
A little like out of the YRP? Jesus Christ. You can see those pants if the fucking sun blew out.
So you may have noticed a recurring pattern here, just with two lunar...
There's that. We're doing whatever does best. If this is...
Actually, Yank's only going to do push-ups, and Yank's... Edward can't go past one. So, the strategy here is...
Who cast the Blizzaga?
She cast Blizzaga on herself.
Okay, I was about to say, why the hell did you do that?
You hit Shiva with Fire Spell, she counters with Blizzaga on herself. Thing is, though...
You can out-damage her.
Yeah, Ridius Farrago do so much damage it completely negates the fucking thing anyway.
Blizzaga? You mean Colt? Blizzaga? You mean Spring Breeze?
The Ice Cube. But, and what I was getting at
Edward's
earlier
up
is
around
that
two.
you might have noticed that every once in a while the summons will change their battle position, which pretty much means they're getting ready to use their summoned attack. As you saw earlier, Lunar Shiva uses Ice Storm, which can do some pretty massive ice damage, as you saw it killed Edward earlier. But everyone else should be just fine. Yang for just how much HP he has, Cecil because of adamant armor, and Rydia and Rosa because of the equipment they're wearing. I believe I still have the protect rings on them.
I'm imagining Yang looking at Cecil. Oh, I see you have the adamant armor. Me? I just got my fucking chest. You see this chest? This chest here can actually bear... Well, actually...
Bear children. That's gross, Yang.
Seriously, one look at... My wife takes one look at my chest and boom, I'm a father of 3.
Poor Sheila.
Well, Sheila would be happy for it. Shit, I bear his fucking children.
You have a condition.
It's called respecting manliness, where it rears its proud head.
I do like that pose. It looks like she was about to give me the biggest backhand I ever had in my life.
Hey, Edward! What did Tellus say to the bard? Face!
I hate that.
Exit Shiva, stage left. Or south.
Stay south.
Stage hell.
Alright, Lunar Shiva is defeated.
How did you... I managed to save, but damn shit, that wasn't even ours.
Unfortunately, before the battle initiated, the Requiem Heart shattered.
Fuck.
So we can't use it anymore, but we got the Harmony Ring.
What's the Harmony Ring do?
It changes Edward's Bard song to, it changes, I forgot the name of it, but what it does is that it casts Protect and Shell on the entire party.
Nice. Mighty Guard.
Yeah, well, it doesn't cast Haze.
Well, that's Big Guard in 8 and 7. 8 gave you multiple statuses depending upon what Mighty Guard did, but in general speak, Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
Except without Quinn is shit spirit, so it goes longer.
It's actually pretty damn useful. And you can cast it to 5 times to get the maximum stack out of it. I actually will be using it quite a number of times, because we're not exactly done with this group yet.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm glad to see
There's-
Edward finally is becoming really useful. Besides the,
If only because he wrote the fun shit. And welcome to part 24.
Yeah, no, that comes later. See you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.